Hi, good morning, or I guess it's afternoon now.
Yes, good afternoon. It's noon, so I'm going to make you a host.
Okay. Hi,
Hello,
good
hello.
morning, or I guess it's afternoon now.
Yes, good afternoon. It's noon, so I'm going to make you a host.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to turn your microphone off. Or actually, I think you need to turn your microphone off because I'm getting the
Yep.
feedback. There we go. Going to turn your microphone off. Or actually, I think you need to turn your microphone off because I'm getting the
Yep.
feedback. There we go. Going to turn also, Michelle, I forgot to pin myself. So if you want to pin me, like spotlight for everyone, so you click on the three dots at the top, and then you can click spotlight for everyone. Also, Michelle. I'm hearing everything I'm saying, I think because someone has their microphone on, possibly. Okay, there we go. Cool. Awesome. Good afternoon, Charlene. Let's see. I see Gordon, Shanika. Hello, everyone. Jennifer. Hello, hello. Cool. All right. Well, it's nice to see you all. If this is your first chair yoga practice, if this is your first time exploring breath work, meditation, chair yoga, comment below, let me know, just so I can get a sense of experience levels. Also, if there are any intentions or goals that you'd like to share before we get started, I'd love to hear from you. Oftentimes people come to chair yoga for stress relief, relaxation, mobility, flexibility, mindfulness. So those are some of the benefits, as well as resetting the nervous system. So you feel revived, rejuvenated, focused. Whenever you can reset the nervous system with breathing techniques that affects your digestion, your circulation, your immune system. So lots of health benefits to what we're doing today. But if anybody has any particular requests, I'd love to hear from you. So let me know. Let's see. First time, first time. All right. Welcome. All you need for this practice is a chair, preferably a chair without wheels, so you're not, you know, rolling around. You don't have to have a mat for this practice. This is something you can practice at a desk. So if you're in the middle of a work day and you're feeling a little stressed or you haven't really moved much, these are practices you can do at your desk at work. All right, anything else before we get started? Anyone has any requests, any goals, any intentions, please let me know. Type a message in the chat. Mhm. All right then. Well, welcome everyone. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Kim Hamilton. I've been teaching yoga since 2017, and I've been with Kaiser since 2018. So I'm excited to share these healthy practices with you on behalf of Kaiser Permanente. So without further ado, we'll get started. So go ahead and make your way to a seated position on your chair. So for now, I invite you to bring your sits bones to the edge of the chair. So your feet are underneath your knees. Your legs are in an L shape, a 90-degree angle. And even though you're sitting on the edge of the chair, imagine you're pushing your back into a wall so your spine is nice and tall and straight. Think of stacking your head over your heart over your hips, so oxygen or prana can flow freely. Roll the shoulders back and down. Open the palms and close the eyes. So we're going to start with grounding, centering, connecting to the breath. And then we'll transition to connecting breath to some gentle movements, sitting on the chair. So when you're ready, close the eyes. And as you bring your attention to the breath, simply observe your natural breathing pattern. Notice if your breath feels fast or slow. Notice if your breath feels shallow or deep. Notice if it feels smooth or choppy. Just observing your breath as it flows in and flows out of the body. Oftentimes, as soon as we bring our attention to the breath, the tendency is to change it or alter it. So see if you can resist that tendency to change or alter the breath, and just observe how it feels as it flows in and flows out. Notice if you're naturally breathing more into the belly or into the chest. Notice if your natural tendency is to breathe in through the nose or through the mouth. And after checking in with the texture, the pace, and the depth of your breath today, I invite you to scan from your head to your toes and just observe all physical sensations as you scan from your head to your toes. After that body scan, I invite you to take a moment and tune inward. Silently acknowledge and accept how you're feeling mentally and emotionally today. So sometimes this part is easier said than done. Letting go of any notion of how you think you should feel or how you would like to feel ideally, and give yourself permission to honor and accept how you do feel in the mind and in the heart. So notice if your mind is dwelling somewhere in the past, maybe reflecting on something that happened earlier today or a week ago, long ago. Notice if your mind is projecting into the future, to your to-do list, your plans. Or is it easy for you to focus all your awareness on what's happening here and now in your body and your chair? And after checking in with your thoughts, take a moment and check in with your emotions. So just giving yourself permission to honor and accept any and all emotions you might be processing without judgment. So remember, there's no right or wrong way to feel, just observing your emotions. Maybe ask yourself, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you calm? Are you anxious? Are you focused? Are you scatterbrained? Maybe you're feeling many different things at once. That's normal.
So what is the idea of getting them a wheelchair to be elected as president? This.
After checking in with the breath, the body, the mind, and the heart, I invite you to gently place one hand over your heart, one hand over your navel. Take a moment and honor yourself for showing up to this practice to refine the body, mind, and spirit for your sake and for all the beings you impact. So we're going to start with 3 cleansing breaths. Take a deep breath in, fill up the belly first. Feel the pressure of the hand on the navel. Then fill up the ribs and chest. Feel the pressure of the hand on the chest. Pause, hold your breath at the top. Then open the mouth, slowly sigh out, and think of consciously releasing any physical tension. Second time, take a deeper breath in, expand more through the belly, the ribs, the chest. Pause, hold your breath. Open the mouth, slowly sigh out. Think of releasing all emotional tension. Third time, take an even deeper breath in. Expand more through the belly, the ribs, the chest. Pause, hold your breath. Maybe see if you can sniff in a little more air at the top. Then open the mouth, slowly sigh out. Think of releasing any mental stress, letting go of any thoughts that might be distracting you from this present moment. And then relax the hands for a moment. So the first step of conscious breathing is simply bringing our attention to the breath, which we did. The second step is consciously controlling the breath. So if we want to have control over our lives, we must learn to control the mind. And in order to control the mind, we must learn to control the breath. So next we're going to practice what's called Ujjayi breath. So instead of exhaling through the mouth, close the lips and gently constrict the throat. And take a deep breath in through the nose. And a longer exhale through the nose. Deep breath in through the nose. Slower exhale through the nose. And notice how breathing in and out through the nose may feel different from exhaling through the mouth. Now you get to decide which type of breath work feels best for you. So you get to decide if you want to breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth, or if you want to keep breathing in and out through the nose only. Most importantly, next, we're going to practice counting the seconds of our breath to make sure our exhales are longer than our inhales. Where it's those long, slow exhalations that tell the nervous system to relax, the body to restore, and the mind to calm and focus. So I'm going to guide you, inhaling to the count of 5, holding for 4, exhaling to the count of 7, and holding for 4. Keeping the eyes closed. When you're ready, empty out all your air completely. Then take a deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then slowly exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out for 1, 2, 3, 4. And continue to practice bringing all your attention, all your awareness to deepening your inhale and lengthening your exhale. Now notice if inhaling to the count of 5 and exhaling to the count of 7 may feel like too much for you. If so, perhaps just inhale to the count of 3 and exhale to the count of 5. Or if you can sustain longer breaths, inhale to the count of 7, exhale to the count of 10, and so forth. Most importantly, just making sure your exhales are longer than your inhale. Activate the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest, digest, and repair mode. So before I am silent for a couple minutes, we're going to practice the art of quieting the chatter of the mind into stillness. And as we do this, you may start to notice your body feel more relaxed. You may start to notice your thoughts slow down and quiet down. Or you may feel inner resistance to this practice. In this fast-paced modern American society, it's normal to feel inner resistance to stillness. So if you feel boredom, restlessness, agitation, know that those feelings are normal. See if you can observe any thoughts that may arise without judging your thoughts, without attaching to your thoughts, without identifying with your thoughts, without creating any stories affiliated with those thoughts. Simply observe your thoughts like a cloud passing by. And maybe think of taking the thought and putting it on the shelf to the side for now. Maybe remind those thoughts to revisit after this practice. Trust that those thoughts will come back if they need to after this practice. Then gently bring all your attention, all your awareness back to counting the seconds of your breath. And I'll be silent for the next couple minutes as we practice quieting the chatter of the mind into stillness. Notice if quieting the chatter of the mind and focusing on nothing but the breath may or may not be a challenging part of your practice. Now, before we transition to connecting breath to movement, keeping the eyes closed, take a moment and think of a reason that you showed up to this practice today. Think of something clear and specific that you would like to get out of this practice. And here's a quote for inspiration. In stillness, we remember the breath is always here to guide us home. You don't need to move mountains, just air. Each inhale is a beginning. Each exhale, a letting go. In this simple rhythm, peace returns, and the body becomes a sanctuary for presence. So perhaps set an affirmation or a mantra, a state of being that you would like to cultivate, perhaps related to the quote, such as, I am still, I am present, I am renewing, I am healing, I am calm, I am centered, I am peaceful. Any quality that you would like to call into your body and mind. For the next 3 breaths, I invite you to silently recite any mantra that's meaningful for you 3 times for the next 3 deep breaths. After that 3rd breath, that 3rd mantra, we'll start connecting our breath to movement. So when you're ready, take a big breath in, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Keep practicing this, finding your own pace, your own rhythm, releasing tension in the shoulders, releasing tension in the neck. So this is a very simple yet effective way for opening up the shoulders and the neck. And then when you're ready, we'll go the other way. Inhale, draw the shoulders back and up. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward and down. Inhale, draw the shoulders back and up. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward and down. So we're synchronizing our breath to our movement. Remember to continue those conscious, mindful, deep, slow breaths throughout this whole practice. So just because we're moving, don't forget, we want to maintain those conscious breaths as we move. Good. Now the next time you draw the shoulders to the ears, exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. And grab the bottom of the chair. So grip the bottom of the chair with your fingers and your knuckles to remind the shoulders to stay back and down. Now, if that doesn't feel good for any reason, option 2 is to interlace your fingers behind your lower back. Then from here, take a deep breath in, draw the right ear to the right shoulder. And as you exhale, roll the chin to the chest. Inhale, draw the left ear to the left shoulder. Exhale, gently roll the chin to the chest. And keep practicing this, finding your own pace, your own rhythm. Inhale, ear to shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Keeping the shoulders back and down should feel good. As you practice this movement, think of softening through the jaw, softening through the face. When we relax our facial muscles, that sends signals to the rest of the body to soften and relax. Now, if this feels good on your neck, maybe do a full head circle, circling the head all the way back and around, but only if that feels good on your neck. Being very ginger, very gentle with the neck, nice and slow. No need to rush. So giving yourself permission to slow down in what's often a fast-paced world. When you're ready, just go the other way, circling the head the other direction. Take a deep breath in, swoop the hands out and overhead. Exhale, we're going to do a little scalp massage. So take your fingertips and just massage the entire surface area of your head. So just rub the fingers all over the head and the scalp. Feel free to mess up your hair. Nobody's judging. So a scalp massage is a great way to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So if you're ever stressed in your day, you give yourself a little scalp massage like this, that can send signals to the parasympathetic nervous system. So we're getting out of our fight and flight mode. Okay, and next, gently take your fingertips, push them into the center of your forehead. We also have a pressure point at the center of the forehead. So take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just rub your fingers across the forehead, massaging the forehead, massaging the eyebrows. You might be surprised by how much tension you hold in your face, in your eyebrows, in your forehead. Now take your fingertips and just circle around your temples. Continue to take deep breaths in, longer breaths out. And then take your fingertips, tap them under your eyes, above the lip, below the lip. And now we're going to massage the jaw. So you can take your fingertips, open the mouth really wide. Fingers massage the jaw, or take the heels of the hands, and as you open the mouth, massage the jaw. That space just beneath the cheekbones, close to the ears, where we often hold a lot of tension. So when we can relax our jaw and relax our face, we can send signals to the rest of our muscles to soften and relax and let go of that tension we often hold due to stress. So next, I'm going to show you a breathing technique specifically for releasing tension in the face, the jaw, and the tongue. So this one is called lion's breath. This one sometimes makes people laugh, which is really good. Laughter is healing. So when we can stop and remind ourselves not to take ourselves so seriously to the point of stress, that can be healing. So the reason why this is called lion's breath, you'll see in a minute. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Now you're going to open the mouth. As you exhale, stick out your tongue. So the reason we're doing this is to release the tension we hold in our tongue and in our jaw and in our mouth. And then look up towards the ceiling. So big breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. Stick out the tongue, open the mouth as wide as you can, and look up towards the ceiling. So let's try a few more. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, lion's breath. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, lion's breath. And if you feel a little goofy, a little awkward, laugh at yourself. Laughter's healing. Let's practice a couple more. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale. Really stick out your tongue. That's important for stretching all the muscles. So if you have to talk a lot at your jaw and your tongue muscles can get really, really tight. This is a way of releasing that tension. Let's just do two more. Big breath in. Exhale, lion's breath. One more. Big breath in. Great. Then take a moment, close the eyes, and just notice any subtle shifts you might feel after that lion's breath technique. Notice if your facial muscles feel a little more relaxed, a little more open. Notice if any other parts of your body feel a little more relaxed. Good. So now see if you can just go back to that Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose only. And we'll do some more stretches. So take a deep breath in, swoop the hands out and overhead. Exhale, grab the left wrist and draw the left wrist to the right until you feel a nice deep stretch down the left lateral line of the body. So you're stretching that left shoulder, stretching the left side of the body and the arm. Inhale back to center. Exhale, grab the right wrist and draw the right wrist to the left until you feel a nice deep stretch down the right side of the body. Good. Then inhale, center. Exhale, torso twist to the right. So take the right hand on the back of the chair, the left hand on the outer right thigh, and gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale as you grow longer through the spine, and exhale as you twist a little deeper. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine. Exhale as you deepen the twist. Take one more deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, face forward, swoop the hands out and up. And exhale, torso twist to the left. So take the left hand on the back of the chair, right hand on the outer left thigh, and gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale as you grow longer through the spine, and exhale as you twist a little deeper. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine, and exhale as you deepen the twist. Take one more deep breath in. Longer breath out. Good, then inhale, face forward. Exhale, toe heel your feet wide. Heels in, toes out. We're going to practice a wide-legged fold to release tension in the hips, the lower back, the shoulders, and decompress the whole spinal column. So take a deep breath in, lift up tall, and exhale, just bow forward, reaching your hands towards the floor, tucking in the chin, roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Maybe just your fingertips tap the floor, that's fine. If it feels good to go deeper, you only want to stretch to the point of subtle resistance, not strain, not pain. So if it feels good to go deeper, relax even more. Relax your shoulders, relax your head, maybe even grab the chair, the legs of the chair, to help you go even deeper. Take a few deep breaths in, longer breaths out. And maybe shake your head yes, and think about what you want to say yes to in life. Maybe shake your head no, think about what you want to say no to in your life. Relaxing the shoulders, decompressing the spine. Take a few more breaths. Then from here, take a big breath in. Exhale as you slowly, and I mean this to go very, very slow. I can't stress enough to move slow here so you don't get lightheaded. Push your feet into the mat and slowly curl up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head should be the last thing to roll up. Should feel good. Great. Then toe heel the feet underneath the knees. So we did some upper body stretches. We're going to practice a couple of lower body stretches next. Continue to take those slow, conscious breaths in and out through the nose. We'll take a big breath in. Exhale, shift your weight to your left foot. Draw your right knee towards your chest until you feel a stretch in the hip. But try to keep your spine nice and straight. Shoulders back and down, lifting through the crown of the head. And then just point and flex this right foot, releasing tension in the ankle. And then if it feels good, circle the right foot around in one direction. And then go the other way. Now with an inhale, flex the right foot, hug the right knee closer into the chest. And as you exhale, cross that right ankle over the left thigh, making a figure four. Take the heels of the hands on the hip creases and gently push the palms down into the hips until you feel a deeper stretch in the right hip. It's important to keep the right foot flexed just to protect the knee. Take a couple deep breaths in. Longer breaths out. And if you'd like to go even deeper, option to bow forward. So if this doesn't feel like a very intense stretch and you want a deeper hip opener, inhale as you lift up tall and exhale, fold forward over the legs until you feel a deeper stretch in the right hip. Take a few inhales, slower exhales. Again, only stretching to the point of subtle resistance, not strain, not pain. Take another deep breath in. Exhale as you slowly curl up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then from here, inhale, hug the right knee into the chest. And exhale, slowly lower that right foot down. So now we'll practice that on the other side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, shift your weight to your right foot. Draw your left knee towards your chest until you feel a nice stretch in the hip, relaxing the shoulders back and down, relaxing the head, and then maybe point and flex this left foot, or circle the left foot around in one direction, and then go the other way. Deep breaths in. Long breaths out. Great, then inhale, hug the left knee in tighter. Exhale, gently place that left ankle over the right thigh, making a figure four, flexing that left foot to protect the knee. And gently take the heels of the hands on the hip creases, gently press down until you feel a slightly deeper stretch. Deep breaths in. Slower breaths out. Now, if you'd like to go deeper, we're going to fold over the leg. Inhale, swoop the hands out and up. And exhale, bow forward until you feel a nice deep stretch in the left hip. Relax your shoulders, relax your head, and remember to keep flexing that left foot. Deep breaths in, slower breaths out. When you're ready, take a deep inhale and exhale as you slowly, slowly curl up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Should feel good. With an inhale, hug the left knee to the chest. Exhale, slowly lower that left knee down. All right, so next we're going to practice what's called a seated cat-cow. This should feel really good for releasing lingering tension in the shoulders, the neck, the upper back. Inhale as you swoop the hands out and overhead. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your head. So you're pushing your head into your hands and your hands into your head. Now, as you inhale, really push the head into the hands, arching the spine, drawing the elbows back, opening the front of the chest. And as you exhale, round the spine, draw your chin to your chest, draw your elbows into touch. And we'll practice some more. Inhale as you arch. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you arch. Exhale as you round. Practice a few more like this, opening the front and back of the chest, and opening the front and back of the neck. Should feel good. So you should feel an opening in the upper back as well. Try to maintain that Ujjayi breath if you can. Breathing in and out through the nose, allowing your exhales to be loud and audible. As you gently constrict the throat, it should sound like hissing, sort of like snoring. So if you can hear my breath, you can hear that hissing resonance as I exhale. If your exhales aren't loud and audible, you may not be practicing Ujjayi breath effectively. So we'll just do a few more of this movement while practicing our nasal breathing. Good, and then when you're ready, relax for a moment. Now, the one time nasal breathing can be challenging as if you're sick and you have a sinus issue. So if that's the case, of course, you're welcome to exhale through the mouth. But as long as you don't have any sinus problems, practicing the art of breathing in and out through the nose can help you feel relaxed yet energized at the same time. So next, we're going to practice a different breathing technique. And this is called alternate nostril pranayama. This breathing technique is known to balance the two hemispheres of our brain. So one hemisphere of our brain is related to our analytical, logical thinking mind. The other hemisphere of the brain is related more to our emotions and our creative thoughts. And so it's important for us to feel balanced, to have a balance of logic and emotion. So that's one of the benefits of this alternate nostril pranayama. This alternate nostril pranayama can also help balance in many ways, balance your hormones and cultivate homeostasis in your body. So draw your index finger and your middle finger in like this. Cover up your right nostril. Take a deep breath in through the left. Pause, cover up the left, exhale through the right. Deep breath in through the right. Pause, cover up the right, exhale through the left. Deep breath in through the left. Pause, cover up the left, exhale through the right. Deep breath in through the right. Pause, cover up the right, exhale through the left. And continue to practice this alternate nostril pranayama for just about a minute. And I'll let you know when the minute's up. I encourage you to close your eyes as well. Ready, just take a moment, relax the hands on the thighs, and let go of consciously controlling the breath. Just trust the breath to breathe in the way that it needs. Just taking a moment with the eyes closed, notice any subtle shifts you might feel in your body and in your mind after that alternate nostril pranayama. Go back to that ujjayi breath or cleansing breaths, whichever feels best for you. We're going to do a little more movement. Toe, heel the feet about mat width apart. So your heels are in, your toes are out, just like we did before. And we're going to practice some seated twists. Should feel good. Take a big breath in. Exhale, push the left hand gently into the inner left thigh. Draw this left shoulder down and gaze over the right shoulder, twisting. Inhale, center. Exhale, take the right hand on the inner right thigh. Push the right hand into the inner thigh. Draw the right shoulder down, gaze over the left shoulder, and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Practice a few more like this. And maybe think of wringing out the spine of toxins and impurities. Or with each exhale, think of releasing any energy that's no longer serving your highest good. Synchronizing your breath to your movement. When you're ready, toe heel the feet back underneath the knee. So next I'm going to show you what's called breath of fire or skull shining breath. Now this type of breathing technique is meant to be a little more energizing. So the breathing techniques I've demonstrated so far are designed to relax the nervous system. This breathing technique is great for detoxification. And if you have sinus issues or congestion, this technique will clear up your congestion. And you probably want a tissue nearby if you do have congestion. This breathing technique is also great for strengthening the core, detoxification, and waking up the brain, so we feel alert and energized. So if you'd like to reach your arms up, a mudra that yogis often practice with this is drawing the fingers in, giving your thumbs a little thumbs up. Now, you're going to take a deep breath in, fill up the belly. Now, as you exhale, you're going to exhale through the nose. Short, quick exhales through the nose. So you're pushing your air out your nose. Your inhale is passive, your exhale is active. And as you exhale through the nose, you're going to snap the navel in with each exhale. So I'm going to put my hand on my belly so you can see. So inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, short, quick exhales through the nose. So you should feel air coming out of your nose as you snap the navel in. Lips are closed the whole time. So let's try it. Big breath in, fill up the belly. Exhale, short, quick through the nose, snapping the navel in. Exhale, breath of fire. Once you feel like you've emptied out all your air, that's when you inhale again and fill up all the way. Exhale, breath of fire. A couple more. Good job. Now, when you're ready, just take a moment, relax, close the eyes, and notice how that breathing technique feels in your body and your mind. So anytime you're feeling sluggish or lethargic, breath of fire can help re-energize. So next, we're going to practice the last breathing technique, which is breath of joy. You can do this seated, or if you'd like to stand, you can stand up. So what you're going to do is inhale 3 times through the nose. So you're going to inhale, fill up the belly, then the ribs, then the chest, 3-part breath. And you're going to exhale, ha. The arms are going to come up, out, up. And as you exhale, ha, think of bowing forward and just swinging the arms back. And again, you can do this seated or standing. So 3 sniffs through the nose. And as you exhale, bow forward and just swing the arms back. Let's try it seated. Inhale. Or stand. Inhale. Let's do 3 more. You get to choose if you sit or stand. Let's do 1 more. Good job. And then take a seat, close the eyes. So breath of joy is designed to invigorate you. And with the eyes closed, I encourage you to take a moment and just notice how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally. Maybe reflect on that intention, that mantra you set at the beginning of practice. And if you'd like to join me for a final moment of gratitude, think of one thing in your life that you feel grateful for today. And allow this grateful feeling to grow, wash over you, and may this grateful feeling carry with you. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. So thank you so much for sharing your chair yoga and breathwork practice with me. If you have any questions about any of the breathing techniques, if you have any questions about meditation, chair yoga, please feel free to ask me anything. You're welcome to turn your microphone on if you'd like, or you're welcome to type a message in the chat. I'd be happy to address any comments, concerns, but I hope you feel a little more stretched out, centered, calm, and present, so you can integrate this sense of presence and mindfulness into your daily life.
Thanks for doing this, Kim.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We've got 1 more week, everyone, that will be doing this. So I hope you can be there and ask others to show up as well. We'll continue to do this kind of quarterly, do a little 3-session run with the breath work.
Great. Yes, and until I see you again, if you'd like to check out my yoga channel, it's Yoga Flow with Kim. There's a lot of breathing techniques on there. And I spend a little more time explaining the science behind the breathing techniques on my yoga channel. There's also meditations and chair yoga on there as well. So feel free to check that out. It's a free resource before I see you again. And if you think of any questions, don't hesitate to ask. But otherwise, go in peace and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a great week, everyone.